Welcome back to the News Hub here at WSJ Live. I'm Simon Constable. Well, the most expensive presidential race in history could be coming to a close. We now go to the authority on this race, Gerry Seib himself with the Wall Street Journal in Washington, D.C. Gerry, thanks for joining us. You've been chronicling this since the beginning. So, you know, as we come to the close here, what do you make of all this polarized race, this huge amounts of money being spent?
Well, I'm not sure that the race has done much to end the polarization or to make it easier to govern Washington after it's over. I mean, we're in this strange position in the country right now in which the electorate seems evenly divided between the two countries. The power of the Republicans and the power of the Democrats seems pretty close to the same. But at the same time, those two parties are ideologically very far apart. And that's a situation that probably wasn't changed by this election, and it's a situation that's going to make Washington kind of hard to deal with for whoever wins. You know, you're likely to have the House remain in the hands of Republicans. You very well may end up with the Senate remaining in the hands of Democrats, or in any case, basically divided evenly between the two parties, which means nobody's in charge of the Senate, and a president who will win without, probably at least, without a huge mandate of any kind. And so you're stuck where we've been since 2006, 2008, 2010, which is without one party with a dominant position, but an ideological divide that's almost too big to be bridged. So the hope maybe, if you were looking for good governance out of Washington, maybe that something happened this year to shake up that situation. I'm not sure we saw it.
Does that worry you, Gerry? We know that there are some big questions coming up for Congress to deal with, for Washington has to move on, and we know that. And from what I'm hearing from you, we could be in a situation of just continued gridlock. Well,
you know, you look at the situation, you would think there's a good recipe for that taking shape here. Let's say President Obama wins barely. The Senate is in the Democrats' hands barely. The House stays in Republicans' hands, not by a whole lot. Then you've got a status quo election, and if we couldn't resolve things for the last 2 years with that alignment of forces in place, what would make you think we're going to be able to now? Well, here's a slightly more optimistic point of view. So basically, everybody would have to, under those circumstances, come to grips with the idea that that's where the country is. We're evenly divided. You no longer can just wait around for something to change the situation to your party's favor. Deal with it. And if there's a kind of, okay, this is what we got to deal with it attitude after this election, which is different from the one that was basically prevailing before the election, then maybe you've got a better situation. That's a change in attitude, though. It's not a change in the power structure.
Well, we can hope, can't we, Gerry? We can hope, and we can hope you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much, Gerry Seib, the authority on this presidential election. We really appreciate your time.